All right, Ronan, let's get into it. Why should we study business?
Well, the syllabus gives you a broad view on how business operates. It includes how business are formed, how entrepreneurs make decisions, how motivation in business works. We're surrounded by business, by commerce. We should understand it, whether we plan to work in it or not.
Yeah, sounds complicated. All right, what are the biggest challenges facing a business student?
Business is not complex, there's just a lot to remember. The secret is distilling all the information into memorable, bite-sized chunks. For example, cross-selling. Think of McDonald's. Would you like fries with that? One of the most memorable cross-selling phrases ever.
Interesting, Ronan. Very interesting.
Gross profit versus net profit. As Richard Branson likes to see it, gross is the total amount of fish in the sea, but the amount you have in your net is what really matters. In business terms, the net amount.
Oh, I like how you're thinking.
Okay, so even with price discrimination, and they can ask you that in the Leaving Cert, I'd always say to my students, just think of cinemas and think, why would an adult pay more than a student for the exact same service? And the reason would be that business know that adults have a higher disposable income, so they'll charge them a higher price and capitalise on that.
Okay, now that's helpful. And where could a student, say, use this knowledge?
Business ideal for students who are interested in studying law or commerce in college. The European Union is also covered in great detail. This is very useful for students who might want to work abroad.
Right, say I have zero interest in becoming the next Richard Branson. Is business really useful to me?
We cover how to lay out your CV, what do employers look for when they're hiring staff. We also look at things like how do you calculate your take-home wages. For example, if you're on €50,000 a year, how much of that will actually go into your bank account after all the taxes are deducted?
Right, what advice do you have for Sarah in Dundrum, who is freaking out about this exam?
Listen to the news on a regular basis. Much of the news is, in fact, relevant to the business course. For example, trade agreements, Brexit, and how would that impact Ireland, online business models, interest rates, increased property prices. It's all commerce, it's all business.
Okay, what makes you different as a teacher?
I think the main thing about it is, and like any teacher, they need to love the job, and that's what I definitely have here. And the students pick up on that when I'm in the classroom. They know that that's the place I want to be. I'm very passionate about teaching, and I love when my students get as much out of the class as I put into it.
If you weren't a teacher, what would you be?
Well, I'm not sure really. I tried finance and it wasn't for me. I didn't like maths and I wasn't actually particularly good at it. So once I started teaching, I really loved it, and there's no other profession I'd like to do.
Cheers, Ronan.